There is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
So many other people, cold as night. Yes, of course, Biafra is our originality. Once again, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio, a platform that is the embodiment of pro-Biafran groups, and it is being minded by our brother Diokpa Uche Ukafo-Mefo, the man of Abatete, the man who assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. I keep telling the people of Biafra, I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind these words, but one day you shall. Diokpa Uche Ukafo-Mefo hails from Abatete in Anambra State, Biafra land. And by the special grace of the Almighty Creator, I remain George ONYIBE, and I hail from Agbo, Anyoma province to be precise, Delta State. Acknowledge members of the de facto customary government. Of course, it is headed by Alhaji Asare Dokubo and deputized by our sister Rita Anibogo. We have other noble and eminent personalities who mind this very noble platform. Acknowledge every member of the Biafra Nation Alliance. These are simple men, I must say, who saw the truth, embrace the truth, stand by the truth, irrespective of whose fault is God. They dare to face the bloodied and evil men. And I acknowledge all of you, from the administrators to the board of trustees. And of course, not the ones in the Kano plant everywhere. Acknowledge all of you. Okom, Agongwanye, Ada Biafra. How many do I need to mention this evening? Acknowledge those who, most of you are not even Biafran. Do I call you sympathizers? Who choose to identify with us on this cause for genuine purpose. We understand your prayers are with us. Ours is with you also. We thank you. Some of you are Biafrans. You just don't understand the whole situation, the scenario that is being created. But of the truth, you understand that the people of Biafra are poorly treated in the concept of one Nigeria. It is not about how it begins that matters, but the means through which we got here and the process that will lead us home. They are all important, and we must engage every platform at any given time. And not until this matter is reviewed, justice done, we will go nowhere. Anyway, I want to thank the Almighty Creator who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow, because without him, we are gone as a people. You will not understand the battle we'll go through on a daily basis. Just to keep the truth going, just to protect the image of Biafra, just to make sure that our generation did not destroy that very process that has led thousands of our people to their death. And it is still counting. You won't understand. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, maka n'eziokwu ịbụ sọ mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadi mo inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dị onye dị ka gị ịbụ Alpha na Omega dadi o anyị niile na-asị na dị mma o. Isi ala gị nwe o, isi ala gị nwe o, isi ala gị nwe o, isi ala gị nwe, isi ala gị nwe nwanne otu onye, isi ala gị nwe o, isi ala gị nwe o, isi ala gị nwe onye njanye isi ala gị nwe o, isi ala gị nwe nwanne otu onye, isi ala gị nwe Chimari oke o, isi ala gị nwe olileanya ndị nsọ, isi ala gị nwe onye je mọnụ, isi ala gị nwe o, Chukwu n'ịdị mma o, Chineke n'ịdị mma o, olileanya ndị nsọ n'ịdị mma o, ọmakasị biwale o n'ịdị mma, ezi Chineke mo narị ekele o mgbe niile o. ịmakwa na asị na anyị na-eme mma o, chimo asị na anyị na-agwọ ọrịa o, eze m asị na anyị na-enye ike o, mgbe bịara ọ bụrụ eziokwu, chukwu dị mma o, lee na-ede mma, agbanwe agbanwe o, chimo na-ede mma, chukwu na-ede mma, ezimo onye nwe m na-ede mma o, ịmakwa na oge lele anya n'eluigwe dadi o, ebe ahụ ị na-achị achị o, ewe mfu chukwu na-ede mma, eze onye nwe m na-ede mma. Ise. And of course, only those who have tested the Creator will understand that anything that concerns the Creator, you don't play about it. Being the most endangered species of Homo sapiens on earth, it takes miracle to keep us going. It's only miracle that is keeping us going. Without miracle, we are gone as a people. And this is one truth we cannot ignore. This is one truth we cannot overlook. This is one truth we must be grateful to the Creator. As far as the history of the people of Biafra is concerned, there are some people who are not very comfortable that will exist. It is so horrible that in 1966, 1970, when there were deliberate attempts to destroy the people of Biafra, some people stayed on the gap to make sure we are not annihilated, to make sure we are not eliminated, to make sure we are not blotted out from the face of the planet Earth. Today, Biafran blood flows across the universe. Some of them in slavery, some of them against their wish, compelled to travel and do manual jobs that they are not supposed to do. Some of them here in Biafra land, running from their own brother and being killed by their own brother, by the enemies, which is inevitable. Some of them are in their grave, buried alive, untimely death. Pregnant women have their fetus ripped out of them. What is the story that we have to tell? What is the story that we represent? And how is it going to end? Very important. And so you should not be, feel indifference when it comes to the issue of God, the Creator. We have always heard Him at the head of anything we do. And of course, that is a way of making you understand the need why we are here this evening. The promise of God, the blessing of God upon the life of the people of Biafra is causing problem for the people of Biafra. Some want oil, some want supremacy, some want complete dominance, some want us exterminated. But indeed, if the gift of God make it increase and does not add sorrow, believe me, one way or the other, this all restoration project will be drawn to a conclusive end. And may I remind those of you who think it is not possible, it is not achievable, it cannot be done, you know nothing. You know nothing. That having been said, we move ahead to our topic this evening, which is simply titled 3 Complacent Attitude that must be considered as far as the Biafra restoration project is concerned. 3 complacent attitude that hindered the Biafra restoration project. 3 complacent attitude. It stands as a hindrance to the restoration of Biafra. When you talk about the issue of complacent, it's a feeling or showing satisfaction with oneself or position or achievement. Not very confident about it. When you look at the dictionary, when it talks about this definition of complacency, it could be referred to as a feeling of quiet pleasure or security, often while unaware of some potential danger, defect, or the likes. I don't know how to break it down, but when we look at the definition of this complacent, we're trying to tell you some of the things that makes us feel all is well, but all is not well. Some of the things that makes us feel we are doing the right thing, but we are not doing the right thing. Some of the things that makes you feel you live in security, but then in the midst of that security there are threatening danger all around. It is very dangerous, because in the midst of this danger and you feel secured, it prevents you from having access or being able to initiate those processes that have the capacity to deliver you from the threatening danger. And so such people will not have a savior intervening in their matter. And so the people of Biafra, as a result of this complacent, begin to live on false hope. Most of them believe, oh, Biafra must come no matter what happen. Biafra must come. If they like, let them do. Biafra must come. Biafra cannot be stopped. Biafra is no. Everything you said, I quite agree. But there are other areas you are not paying attention to. And so in the course of this evening discussion, let us find out these things that gives us false hope that all is well, and a kind of influencing us to ignore threatening danger all around us. A lot of them, let's just look at three this evening. We have boasted in time past, nobody can stop Biafra, and that is the truth. No man born of a woman can stop Biafra. Not George ONYIBE, not Nnamdi Kanu, not Ichoka Fomefo, not Obidio Bienu, not Hausa Fulani or Yoruba, not the British government. Nobody. This is truth. But then, as far as nobody can stop Biafra, but then the children of Israel will certainly be slaves, God told Abraham. And God said to Abraham, they will be slaves in the land that I will lead them into for 400 years. For 400 years, God was specific. The nation that I will send them to will afflict them. And then 400 years later, they will cry to me. 400 years, I will bring them in. I will visit them. I will deliver them. And that was after Abraham had a covenant. And so Abraham understand, nobody will stop the children of Israel from emerging as a nation, according to the Bible. And then the story of Joseph came up. The children of Israel sojourned in Egypt, lived in Goshen, and then many years on, their population grew. The Bible says they outnumbered the sand by the seashore. They grew in Egypt. They prospered until a Pharaoh who knew nothing about Joseph arise. And then he afflicted the children of Israel. He turned them to beasts of burden. And by the reason of this affliction, the children of Israel cried unto the Lord to deliver them. And from that very day, they cried to God. God miraculously planted a seed of a man in the womb of Yemrad and Yeshobeh, the parents of Moses. And this was Moses. Moses grew in Egypt. And for 30 years, exactly 400 years, the Israel cried to God. And that very year, God answered the promise, the cry, by planting the seed, Moses, in the womb of the parents, Amred and Yeshobeh. Now, understand, Moses took 30 years to grow into an adult to fulfill that mission. That was a delay. That was a delay. It's not part of God's plan. If they have started praying and not indulging in complacent and trying to believe no danger is waiting for them, maybe 30 years before they prayed that prayer, Moses would have been born. And when Moses was 30 years, maybe 100 years, he would have left Egypt. Overconfidence, kill my monkey. And then they were able to live 30 years on. God told Abraham 400 years, but it was 430 years when they left Egypt. They wandered in the wilderness, a journey of 40 days. How many years did they wander? But did anybody say Israel will not come? Israel will come. After all, today Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. Many people stopped it, that it will not, the nation of Israel will not be reborn. They keep to their thread for a very long time. And then along the line, it looks like Israel was reborn. And then the capital is in Tel Aviv. And then some boasted, no, Jerusalem can never become the capital. People died for it. But in the end, Jerusalem, today as we speak, is the capital of Israel. Has the prophecy not been fulfilled? But more prophecy to come anyway. We'll watch the timeline. But it takes so much pain. Nobody said these things will not happen. But there are people to hinder and to prevent these things from manifesting. As a result of complacent, the children of Israel start wandering in the wilderness. Did you know what happened later on? Along the line, by the bitter well of Maria, they provoked God. God was angry. He allowed serpent to beat them. They provoked God. God was angry, and he swore by himself that anybody that is 20 years and above will not enter the promised land. Most people don't know what they are playing with. Answer Joshua and Caleb, others their body, their carcass fall in the wilderness, but did they not enter? Why am I saying this evening? First of all, to remind those of you who think you can kill your brother, rape your sister, bury your people alive, claim supremacy, blackmail everybody, lie against us, enemy within, enemy without, you are the one giving us name, and you think somewhere along the line when you finish demonstrating this criminality, Biafra must come. My brother, you are correct. But there are processes. As a result of complacent, you are not putting them into consideration. Not taking this issue very serious is what has led us here. Because to you, you can just do and then you wish it will go away. A feeling that you are secured, which prevents you from understanding that there are threatening danger. That is the problem. A feeling that all is well, and then he leaves you without a thought to think of how to develop a defense mechanism. Peradventure, things go wrong. A feeling that somewhere along the line you can do all things through Christ that strengthened you, and then you lose the mindset of being able to improvise when necessary. And that is the point we have found ourselves as the people of Biafra. Overconfidence kill man monkey. By now, if Nnamdi Kanu have anything brain in his head, I think he will be regretting all his actions, because complacent. He thought he could mess everybody out and then walk away. He has been doing that anyway. But he never considered repercussion will come. If he still have brain in his head, by now he should see all the people who tell him, let's build unknown government. Let's build unknown government to harass your own people. And I hope you are enjoying it. An unknown government now is jumping up and down, doing whatever they can. IPONC, another career freedom fighter, they are jumping up and down, doing whatever they can. In their heart of heart, nothing they happen. My brother, something they happen. It's just that you are not ready for the consequence, and that is complacent. You will lose greatly. If IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu, another criminal gang, all the people who call on Nnamdi Kanu, my leader, my leader, my leader. If all of you don't repent, a time will come, and very soon you will be ashamed to say you were once a member of IPOB. The only reason we are here, not just to restore Biafra, is to make sure that you people cannot dent the image of Biafra. Most people don't know what you are doing. By the time you are ashamed to say you are a member of IPOB, definitely it may rub on Biafra restoration project. If we back down in a time like this, I can assure you in the next 10 years, nobody will agree. We the Biafrans will be denying Biafra. And so you see, we are more of doing damage control than engaging the real process, because we understand the need why we must be on complacent. We cannot relax. That attitude is not going to be part of what we do. And so this evening we look at some of these three attitudes which can cause great hindrance, or has already caused great hindrance to the restoration of Biafra. And not until we sincerely begin to identify such attitudes that have damaged the whole process to the Biafra restoration project, I can assure you our people are not even ready for what is to come. Number one of such attitude is supporting and promoting evil for personal gain in the pretense of helping our people. Example: there are many reasons why the restoration of Biafra tarries, and one of them is the character and attitude of our people. A lot of people know nothing about this IPOB, and most people who started it noticed or discerned something was not right from inception, and they left. I was listening to a comment of one of our brother. He began to say he joined IPOB, I think 2012. He left 2014. He came back 2014. He left 2016. He came back 2016. He left, and finally, because he decided something was not right. And so each time he pulled back, maybe he feels he should go back and see if he can correct the system. All to no avail till this moment. And he said, finally, I saw IPOB have lost it, and so I moved on. These are people who know the history of IPOB. Somebody was trying to insult me on my social media platform. He said, you people were the one who praised Nnamdi Kanu, and because they sack you, you are not coming here to tell us. Can you sack me from Biafra? That is the point. And honestly, we canvassed for Nnamdi Kanu. We promoted him until iniquity was found in him. Is there anything wrong to repent? I repent of supporting Nnamdi Kanu. I never knew he could do the things he's doing. Forget about that the politicians in Nigeria are covering on because it will get to all of them. But those of us who have worked closely with him know the truth, that none of you have the moral standing to question our integrity. None of you. None of you. Simeon Ekpa, one of the latest recruits of Nnamdi Kanu, he refused to take oath. He refused. Punk lied to you. Nnamdi Kanu lied to you. Everybody lied to you. Yes, he was under oath. Who told you he's not under oath? It's paper oath we are talking here. Oh. And then you're somebody who didn't take oath to defend Biafra. You're going to compare them, their word against my word. And then I can tell you, you will be among the people whose carcass will fall in this wilderness. I did not only take paper oath. Now they cannot take me to two different shrines, two different juju places. To take an oath, I will defend Biafra. Am I not living up to it? Am I not defending Biafra? You think God is a fool? And each time I come here, I praise God and worship God. Do you know the frustration he's giving to Nnamdi Kanu and all those criminal native doctor people? Do you think it is by my power I survived 5 poison different times in the hand of IPOB? Do you think it is by my power that I survived the bomb they come to put in my house to kill me? Do you think that it is by my power that Nnamdi Kanu and other IPOB member could not blackmail me? Do you think it is my power that they can only talk rubbish about me, but they know they lied against themselves? Do you think it is by my power that I still stand here and talk from Biafra land here? There are things you people don't know, but you will not understand. That is why the person who did not go to take oath, ordinary paper oath, affirmation of faith, let us use that grammar. You judging with me? Or you that don't even know anything, you are coming, you have the moral standing to address me? My brother, you are hallucinating. My sister, you are a bingo. You don't have sense. You don't. Yes, we supported Nnamdi Kanu because he was doing what we are supposed to do. We will give you Biafra without a gunshot. We will give you Biafra without a gunshot. But where are we now? Where are we now? We will give you Biafra without shooting one bullet. Where are we now? Very shameful. Very shameful. The position we have found ourselves now is, I don't know how to put it, but let's see if we can get the position we are from this audio, so that you people will understand that at the position where we are, what we are doing at this moment, we cannot allow ourselves to be destroyed by anybody. Just listen.
You look like a nugget. I will my aim and on one day. Oh, when you be a camp. Never enjoy joy will you all on your own one in white call one marjupan. Omera la bella poeta. Elebiamir. A bomber la poeta. Namarapamara, no one in the cube. I want them. Even in what on yours, a maybe queer, bear butcher. What? So bad of the only thing is that no ONYIBE no army. Tell them to resign. Failing to do so, we will be killing them. Even one nigga bataraulu boy. Boy, I took 1 year or Kade Bukalaga. One nigga. Even everyone yamin Rokome Buogi Bag Butcher. I have formed Bruna. Okay, so bad. How to fight Bru. How to form Bru, I keep them. And I will speak to others. A lady Bruni, you know, about Wasaki Buri, a Conevali Buki. I must send this pickup to you people, the video to you people. Even so bad was said, you know, you can walk on Adre.
Hello. Hello. Please, what happened to my friend? Hello. Good afternoon. Please, what happened to my friend? Hello, I can hear you. Please, what happened to my friend?
What happened to your friend? Are you a soldier?
No, I'm a civilian.
You are a civilian?
Yes, sir.
And your friend is a soldier?
Yes, she's a soldier.
Okay. You calm down, okay?
Yes, I'm okay, sir.
Calm down.
I'm okay, sir.
It's quite unfortunate that it has come to this way. I told them, okay?
Okay. What did they do, sir?
Thank you. Have you heard of unknown government before?
We do watch them on the movie, on the news.
You people do watch them on the movie, right?
Yes, sir.
And you people do see how soldiers are killing innocent people because of unknown government?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is why I caught them yesterday and I killed them. I killed 4 of them yesterday.
Before they are this.
Now, these are Biafrans. They want to give us Biafra. We were telling you, we will give you Biafra without a gunshot. We have seen unknown gunmen and ESM eating the meat of their own brother. Kill your brother, eat the meat. And somebody is telling me, I take oath to defend Biafra. And then Nnamdi Kanu, who did not take oath and led all of us to oath, will do this. You that did not take the oath, you're coming to address me. I will not pray for you people, but I will believe God you will be able to repent on time. A lot of things has changed, and we are quiet and thinking nothing will happen. In the midst of all this atrocity, I look closely. Those who say they are intellectual, those who say they are exposed, those who say they have sense, those who say they are wealthy, those who say they are opinion model, leaders of thought, those that were supposed to be considered as progressive minded individuals, I only see a bunch of intellectual dishonest people, majority. And I shake my head, and I see the reason why Biafra restoration is taking time. Nnamdi Kanu continue to commit atrocity. Somebody will impose you, and let's leave him, let's go to do our own. Are you insane? Should I pray that Nnamdi Kanu kill your family member and then we ignore them and move ahead? Are you okay? Someone say, no, it's not Nnamdi Kanu. Your unknown government is not ESN. ESN is, but Nnamdi Kanu praised all of them. By their fruit you shall know them. IPOB continue singing their praise even up to this morning. Unknown government went to fire evangelism. They burned Igbo land down. Unknown government went to fire evangelism. As they were forcing sit at home, they kill Igbo man. Unknown government kill Igbo woman. They have not killed Fulani. They have not killed Hausa. Even when they kill cow, the cow belong to Igbo man. We will give you Biafra without a shot of gun. Now we are shooting water cannon. Egumuna. But nobody is speaking out against this evil. Why? Why? They are supporting and promoting this evil for personal gain. And that is what it means, complacent. When they talk about complacent, they feel, nothing will happen. We are in charge. IPOB think is in charge. Nnamdi Kanu brother based in Abuja now. Big boy. You go to Abuja, I'm sure your boss, before you get to Gwangwalada on your way back to the east, you will be arrested. And maybe they take you to Arugungu and lock you up there, or Kilimanjaro. And you are deceiving who here? And then I looked at it and said, why will all these our intellectuals, a whole ONYIBE Congress, why can't they intervene in this matter? All these Yahoo governors, why can't they get involved in this matter? I now discover the truth. Most of you are supporting Biafra because of personal gain. Today you are seeing this evil. You cannot speak about this evil. You can't speak up against this evil because your gain is, the process is just investment. Some of you think when Biafra come, we supported the Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, and then my children will be ministers and commissioner. And you see, when Biafra come, we are the one who funded this movement. We are going to be like this. Anybody with that mindset, my brother, Biafra will not come in your time. And when it does eventually come, if your children are not qualified, they will not serve in any capacity. Come to think about it, the Biafra will talk about, we will be begging people to come and handle position. The Biafra will talk about, we will be begging people to come and handle position. Have you heard they are dragging office in China? The same way you hear America, Donald Trump refused, Obama said no, George Bush did not agree, Clinton said no, this one said no. Do you hear China, Japan, Korean nation play politics that way? Who the heck are you? Because you are there to serve, not to embezzle. And not until we arm ourselves with this mindset, Biafra is not going to come. And then I soon discovered that many people are doing what they are doing not because of their love for Biafra. They are investing and securing the future for their children. And then one begin to wonder, then what is the difference between Biafra and Nigeria? Eventually, what is the difference between Biafra and Nigeria? These are some of the things that are hindering the restoration of Biafra. Some of you entered agreement within Nnamdi Kanu who you will be, but we have been telling you this truth right from time to help all of you. That is why in most cases I tell you, my only request is that I work in DNA office. It's not just biological DNA testing, economical DNA testing is involved, religious DNA is involved, because many people are driven by different mindset. Not until you do what you do for the genuine love of your people, my brother, it delays, it becomes a hindrance to the restoration of Biafra. That is the attitude of Complacent. You saw the woman crying. Of course, the audio is everywhere. Unknown gunmen, they raped the woman, they killed the husband to be, according to them, they beheaded them, they secrete their body, put their head on top of them. Of course, he told you he will bring the video. Could this thing happen in Igbo land before? When Nnamdi Kanu led a campaign against Fulani terrorizing our land, we are here to see this kind of atrocity. Today we are trying to make it look as if it's Fulani. We know Fulani and Miati Allah are doing their own. But when we notice that Nnamdi Kanu and his men are doing their own, we did not keep quiet, and we will not keep quiet. But meanwhile, we know their signature. When Fulani kills, we know their signature. When Nnamdi Kanu and China Sanworu and the gangster called DOS and all the people who call Nnamdi Kanu my leader does their own, we know all of them. We know their signature. And so who is the person fighting to restore Biafra for personal gain? Not until all of us get to that level where it is the love of our people that drives us. My brother, the journey has just begun. Number 2, distorting and manipulating history to blame people for your atrocity. It's another attitude. What do I mean? There are a lot of histories online written by Biafrans. In this case, let's not talk about non-Biafrans. And by the time you read these articles, you see they are trying to distort history in their own favor. And now let me tell you, it is another hindrance why Biafra restoration is delaying. Remember, number 1 is those fighting for Biafra restoration for personal gain, so that you can be the president of Biafra, you can be the chairman of your village, you can be the president of your community. That is the Biafra you are fighting for. And so even though they are doing wrong, you want to remain there. The second reason is distorting history, not by non-Biafrans, so by Biafrans. First of all, let's look at it this way. I read an article, a very long article written by one of us. He said Nigerian said it's Igbo that do the first coup. They call it Igbo coup, and the Igbo coup they now said it's Igbo, and because of it they are punishing Igbo. They are killing Igbo people. Oh, Igbo people do this, and the person who did this is not Igbo. His name is Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogo. He is born in Kaduna. He is born in Zungeri. He is not even at home. He come from Okpanam in Delta State, but today they are killing Igbo people. That is Igbo people, that is Igbo people. And after writing all the jargon, fellow Igbo Mugu followed him. Don't mind Nigeria. How can Nigeria do this? After they say it's Igbo, so Okpanam person is not Igbo. Is that what you want to tell us? Or you want to push the blame to Okpanam people, the person that wrote that article? We have many of such complacent attitude. They are delaying the restoration of Biafra. Most of you think it doesn't matter. These form the very foundation and the pillar that governs the emotion and the thought of other component members that make up Biafra and prevent them from coming forward. And I've finished reading it and I know where the person is going to. For your information, I'm a literature student. And I can assure you within 1980, in fact the year 1980, I carted away the best literature student award in my school. I won't tell you the school. And the best literature student. And so when you write, I can interpret, I can read your mindset, because I understand the manipulation of figures of speech. And so I knew where that person was going to. Let's dwell on that a little bit. And now Igbo from southeast is trying to tell you that no, that Chukwuma is not Igbo because he's from Okpanam in Delta State. It's not Igbo. That Chukwuma is not Igbo because he was born in Kano, Kaduna, so it's not Igbo. And so Nigeria, you should have come and killed Delta people. We have such characters manifested, and our people who cannot read deep to discern where we are coming from and where we are going to. They say, it's true, no wonder. Oh, but let me tell you something. You're still trying to ravel the secret behind Chukwuma, Kaduna, and Zogo, and the truth is coming out. Remember, this broadcast is meant for only Biafrans. So those who will have sense will have sense. Those who will not have sense will have just but one lifetime. Biafra. Now we are entering Idu and Igodo. Njuhi. How did Chukwuma, Kaduna, and Zogo died? And how come what he did, Aguyorosi benefited from it? And why was it that the North were so bittered they have to kill Aguyorosi in Ibadan, Yoruba land? And why did the Yoruba not protect Aguyorosi? And then after they did and done, how did the Chukwuma died? He's not alive to give his own testimony. But at least the little we heard from the sister was that he went to report to his brother, his people, when Enugu was capital, and they abandoned him. They abandoned Chukwuma, Kaduna, and Zogo. They abandoned him. On his way back, in between Anambra and Enugu, on his way back, going back to Okpanam, he asked the driver to clear. He told his sister, I cannot bear this pressure. I have to take my life. Maybe the sister is not even opening up. But that is how he killed himself. Today, some people are writing articles to tell you, oh, Chukwuma, Kaduna is not Igbo. He's a Fulani man. Hey, he's not Igbo. You are blaming Igbo. You don't have sense. Complacent. It's just like the recent one. IPONK is jumping up and down. Hey, Wike say IPOB is fighting for their right. Oh, Wike say, Wike, very soon they will not say, oh, Wike is a man of God. Hey, Wike is born again. Mugu. It is to be expected. Utimpu. If Buhari come out now and say, I love Igbo, IPOB will sing the praise of Buhari. And in that moment, they will forget the bone of contention. They will forget about the real issue. These are complacent attitudes. We have had many of them. We work with Nnamdi Kanu. We warned him about the pending doom regarding to this hulubalu he's initiating in the whole process. He's the one that wants to write our history. Nnamdi Kanu is the one that wants to write our history when we were alive. When we are alive, kicking and breathing. Nnamdi Kanu wants to write our history. And now we are trying to keep the record straight. Is it promoting the restoration project? No, hell no. But will it stop the restoration of Biafra? Hell no. But does it give IPOB the credibility to give us Biafra? Hell no. Hell no. You people don't understand what is, complacent. You just feel, oh, somewhere along the line there is a way we will do it, we can do it. You don't know the process you have engaged. Complacent is just that feeling that makes you feel you are secured, and then you ignore the pending danger. IPOB is killing Igbo people. They wrote one today on social media. Oh, unknown government visited Anyocha in Delta State. They just want to tell Judge ONYIBE, look at Delta State, unknown government are there. I just laugh. You dey learn work. you dey learn work. They say when death won't kill dog, you know they let am hear a master whistle. My brother, you dey learn work. I keep telling you, when people in death are here, pim, unknown gunmen related to Nnamdi Kanu, what you will see, you are not ready for it. I challenge you. I challenge you. Take it to Akwa Ibom. Because some people who are in the east are supporting this info. It's complacent. That is why Benjamin Madubugu can be in Anambra and giving Soludo sleepless night. And then you have Bright Chimezia, another idiot in Imo State, okay, foreign them, giving Imo people sleepless night. And then sometime Hopus Odema will come out and say the people unknown government is politicians, not IPOB. Maybe he thought he would get a soft landing. But you see, the Biafra watchmen are out there. We are watching all of you. Kawonyuku kawonyanta. Omwane be akpukpa gbakọ mbo ya wi hehu no otaleni. Kawonyuku kawonyanta. Omwane be akpukpa gbakọ mbo. Maka no men wa honi kwa mi hemewe kwa ho. Ono agotane. Complacent. You change story to suit your purpose without considering the damage, without considering the response, without considering the emotion of the people you are talking about. That is why you see Nnamdi Kanu, they stay on Radio Biafra and all his gang. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu, our holy Nnamdi Kanu, you be talking rubbish, you don't consider how it affects the next person you are referring to. They did a program today. They brought the defense minister of the Euphoria Ambazonia country. Ambazonia never started, they don't get defense minister. Ambazonia, they have pro-Ambazonia group, many of them killing themselves. Their own platform is worse, more corrupt than Nigeria itself. Not to talk of IPONC. Now they are coming like, yes, what can you tell us about freedom? Ambazonia have been fighting for freedom even before their country was born. There are some things, there are some things we shouldn't even get involved in. Ambazonia now is coming to advise you how to fight for freedom. Why did they go out from Enugu? Why did Ambazonia walk out of Enugu parliament? Cameroon was colonized by France. And then you all of a sudden France become English, Francophone and Anglophone. Why is Nigeria not a Francophone and Anglophone? Why is Ghana not Francophone and Anglophone? Only Cameroon and few other countries. Because most Igbo people, most Biafran people walk out of Enugu parliament and then say they rather prefer to be with Anglophone, Francophone, than to be with Igbo man. That is Ambazonia. Now, you will not tell our children this truth. We cannot find out what caused this problem. They walk out of Enugu parliament. But you have to raise fund. We are looking for Biafra. Yes, Ambazonia, come and advise us. Our defense minister of the Ambazonia country. How are we going to get freedom? What is freedom? Pufiakwa. But of course, investors in the restoration project, they want to cash back. They have to sink every garbage into your medulla oblongata, and so you can't reason properly. And when you reason too much, they create circumstances to keep your brain dormant. And when you refuse to oblige, and then they tarnish your image. What is the relationship between Biafra and Ambazonia? Have you suddenly forgotten what happened in Bakassi Peninsula? How Obasanjo gave it to them? And most of them were willing to join Francophone. And then Francophone have showed them pepper. Now they want to become Anglophone. And they now want to tell you, yes, the greatest thing we want to do now, we are going to protest 1 million man march. This will comprise of Oduduwa and the Ambazonia. We are with the Biafra in Allah. 1 million man march. 1 million man march in the Oshi. Now today, Nyashide back. Now today, when Nyashide back, you don't tell when Nyashide back. You people stop deceiving our people. These are complacent. Well, we are going to do 1 million man march. After 1 million man march, Biafra will now come. They will now give us referendum. Ambazonia with Oduduwa and Biafra in collaboration. We are going. Is this how South Sudan did their own? Is it how South Sudan did their own? These are complacent. The second thing that creates this attitude is writing history. Stop distorting history to suit your criminality in the name of Biafra Restoration Project. Let's look at one example there before we move to the third one. I remember when I moved into Lagos, into Port Harcourt. And then the name of Obibo was Obibo. It was on signboard there. Because one of the things that caught my curiosity or attention was that when I was entering River State from Aba, I saw the signboard Obibo, Obibo. And then he gives asking question. What is Obibo? How can the heart of Igbo be inside Port Harcourt if Port Harcourt people are not Igbo? But I left it that way. It was my first time. I have not been there before. It was Obibo I saw on the signboard. Governor Peter Odele was the governor of River State. He's a Nyoma man carved into River State. Andoni, Akabuka, Omoko, all those extraction. But let's leave that for now. And then we came into River State. Few months later, they said they have changed the name from Obibo to ONYIBE. And many people started, on radio programs. These people want to deny their Igbo identity. How can they say it's ONYIBE? Now they are removing Obibo. They are now putting ONYIBE. I don't agree. This is how we deny ourselves. There is no article and no rubbish they did not write about the change of that name. I bought into it. I was not happy about it. I said, how can Igbo people change their name to ONYIBE from Obibo? I preached against it bitterly. But waiting, no big pass you. It continued that way. Many people till tomorrow refuse to acknowledge that place as ONYIBE, but Obibo. Now come to think about it. Who are the occupants of Obibo? You have many communities there. You have some side related to Akwa Ibom. And then you have some side from Ndoke and Asa. All of Abia State extraction. And then you have the one they call one man village. This man, one man village in Obibo, is the first son of Apara. Apara is the ancient father of Obio and Akpo. Apara is the one who gave birth to all the tribes that you found in Obio and Akpo, known as Obiakpo. From Rumukurushi to Eliosu. Just go and find out the 7 sons of Apara. His first son is that one man community, one man village, they call it in Obibo. They dominate Obibo. They are all Igbo people. But somebody was writing and distorting history for their own favor. And now I had the privilege of getting the audience of one of the monarch in Obibo. And I was asked to address the youth regarding the Biafra Restoration Project. And I started by telling them some of the things that are not good and we must change. And then, like as I've not seen it in my heart for a long time, and I said, for instance, this community is supposed to be called Obibo. Why will you people allow them to change it to ONYIBE? All these things are distorting history. It's not only happening in Rivers State, it is happening in Delta State, it is happening in Enugu, in many places. I gave them instances. Their youth president got very angry. He stopped me from speaking. He was very furious. The king have to stand from his throne and tell the young man, you don't address issues this way. The guy was very bitter, very painful. It was very painful to him. And then it took a while. The king was able to calm him down. And they say, continue. And after explaining everything to them, the king said, now let me explain to you. First of all, the reason why the youth president is very angry. And then secondly, the history of Obibo and ONYIBE. He said, ONYIBE is not Fulani language. It's not Oguni language. It's not Akwa Ibom language. It's not Hausa language. It's not Yoruba language. ONYIBE is Igbo language, but our own dialect. He said, when the colonial master invaded the riverine, and as they were walking into the hinterland, they were taking record of every community they meet along the way. Having passed through Ogoni, Kalabari, Opobu, and the rest of them, they got to Obibo. And he said in that conversation, one of the Oyibo man asked them, Ndibo, Oyibo, are these people Oyibo? These people Igbo, these people, are they Igbo? The king said, one of the elders, their spokesman then, rose up and said, yes, ONYIBE. ONYIBE, yes, ONYIBE. ONYIBE ro. ONYIBE ro, ONYIBE. So the Oyibo man did not understand completely the reaction, what the Igbo man was responding to. And so they wrote ONYIBE. And these people Igbo, then Igbo man answered and said, yes, ONYIBE ro. So it's not a foreign language. He said, but as time began, they wrote Obibo. But then, going back to how that name came, we prepare for record purposes. Let it be called ONYIBE. Because you now have Ndoke there. You now have Asa people there. You now have Ikuri people there. You now have other community there. But on the colonial master, the imperialist record is ONYIBE. It's applicable everywhere. But somebody wrote rubbish. They want to deny the Igbo. Equally change Omo to Rumo. Who told you that? Who told you that? You distorting history, causing hatred, deep hatred among the component members that make up Biafra. And then you cash on all of us and you are yapping you want Biafra. Who told you? When are we going to have respect for one another? For first month I was expelled, proudly expelled from the criminal gang. For 4 months I kept my peace. I did not say anything. I kept quiet and watching them. But they want a pound of flesh. Now I'm giving them the pound of flesh. And some people want to teach me how to reason. That 4 months, so now they enjoy it. As they hot, as they pepper, as they chom chom, as they nka, as they no make car. You were enjoying it. I've not started broadcasting. No. I'm just warming up, testing the microphone. It did not occur to you people. Tell them now they can leave this boy now. You don't give and juju, leave this boy now. Now they can focus on Biafra now. No, it is a pound of flesh. They must collect the pound of flesh. Now come and collect it. Very unfortunate. Now, as far as you keep giving this small history, my brother, you are creating deep hatred that you are not ready for. Everybody talks down on everybody, and yet everybody wants to be one holy nation. This is the time to prepare the foundation. Clears every processes that need to be negotiated, need to be engaged. And then finally, when we look back on the mistakes we have made, we can say, brother, thank God we will be to make it. This is a complacent attitude. It will not give us Biafra. It makes you feel all is well. We are progressing. Yeah, Biafra is coming. Most of you in diaspora thought that way. But I tell you, let me leave that for another day. Many histories, many stories. Stop writing history to distort history. Yoruba have done this in the time past. More than 80% of Igbo history in any archive around the world is written by Yoruba people. Stop writing jargon and go and correct those history written by Yoruba. I don't know here say when they tell the hunter to write a history, the hunter go glorify himself, or how then they put him? He who pay the piper, the things, the tune. And so tonight, I'm just trying to make you understand that there is need for us to begin to review those aspects we have been ignoring. Because all these things that they do, that he say, you know me. Imagine somebody now kill policewoman, the relative call him. Why you kill our brother? He say, oh, I gonna buwa, I gonna tiwa gogo. I open again wa boye police, I get bepu gisi, I gonna dike. Wa no lo gbo kanu, eworo. Wa no lo gbo kanu. O meno ye nwonya adun yodun, ya adun nwe yodun. And then there are people who think they are normal, educated, exposed. They are coming to teach us moral. Be teaching us, we are learning. But all these things are complacent. They create this illusion that there is no danger. Nothing they happen. My brother, something they happen. And the third we're looking at this evening is our reaction toward what people say. Our reaction toward what people say. It matters. It matters. What are people saying? And how do we react to them? On this quest to restore Biafra, what are people saying? And what is our reaction? Some misguided brothers in the name of IPONK. All the criminals under Nnamdi Kanu. To know them is simple. Their name is too many. So anybody you see after telling is our leader Nnamdi Kanu, our leader Nnamdi Kanu, they are the current plague that irks us as a people. They are the real problem. Just watch them. They are everywhere on social media. What are they doing? If you talk, they attack you. If you talk, they attack you. If you do anything, they attack you. Anyhow, oh, they want to be Alpha and Omega. But is it possible? Is it possible? What people say is very important. And how we react, they are all important. For some reason, I'm going to hide or withhold some of the things I would have said this night. Because I'm just led not to go there. But if in the future there is need to go there, we blow the kibosh for every rubbish. When you want to say something regarding the people of Biafra, do you check the consequence of what you want to say? And when you want to react, do you calculate? All of you now, they can under IPOB hired. Blackmail Uchemefo, blackmail Mazobide, blackmail George ONYIBE. How market? Have you been able to do that? Now you want to call me saboteur, and I gladly accept saboteur. What else? You call me Botaswa, I will accept. Onyoshi transformer, I will accept. Can I say? But that juju now they can't give me swear. Now I go kill all of you. I am your destiny, and I'm your doom. Go ask the owner of that juju how I take swear that juju. Idiot. He go kill all of you before he kill me. And anybody will no go Abenokpabe. You come to open mouth and talk to me on Facebook or anywhere. Abenokpabe go kill all your generation. Criminals everywhere. All the idiot on Facebook, he happen. All the Nnamdi Kanu zombie. Have you noticed Nnamdi Kanu real IPOB member? They don't talk. They don't talk. Those genuine Biafrans who stood on the line to move, they don't talk because they are still mourning. They don't know Nnamdi Kanu can be this horrible, very horrible. The roadside conductors just did the yap. You be evil. Juhi. These things are causing hindrance. Some people will come and just talk anything. My brother, that thing you are saying has a very negative and grievous effect against our people. And the way the reaction will come, you are not ready for it. We can just told us, yeah, he support Biafra agitation. Who in his normal sense will not support Biafra agitation? But then who in your ordinary man will support the criminal of Nnamdi Kanu you know today? Who in his right sense will do that? We must concentrate and keep the record straight and focusing on the right element of any process or conduct which may eventually create this complacent scenario. If indeed we love our people, there are times to change. A lot of things are going on. Criminals everywhere, all initiated by Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot stop it. And I keep telling you, Nikome yakonyera jabofia. It will get out of hand. Because somewhere along the line, when I finish the book, I say, okay, let's test the data. Let's test data. You will see what you have not bargained for. Asking Nnamdi Kanu, the wicked you want to praise now that is IPOB cannot fall to them. Wicked father, they want to blow him. IPOB member went to blow wicked father with the local bomb inside Catholic church. Wicked caught all of them. One coordinator around Borokiri area. Till today, their case is silent. Only God knows whether they are alive. They set bomb on wicked father's house, and then they carry video, wanting to video. Then they come and show you on Facebook. Police snap all of them. It's on my Facebook wall. Trace back to that period. You will see there. I say IPOB, this coordinator, how can I no go abandon them? They abandon them. And you think Wike have forgotten that Nnamdi Kanu put bounty on his head? Nnamdi Kanu said, and Wike will react. You cannot misplace, how do they say it in English? Diplomatic statement to factual issues. You cannot relate them. And so the earlier IPOB zip their mouth and focus on the main issue. The better for all of us. What you say and how you react. We are here one day, somebody come and say, no, Biafra is cursed. Biafra is evil. Biafra kill our people. We reject Biafra. We condemn Biafra. We are now, we do. And in a team, do you know this is an insult? A complete denigration to those who have died for this cause? Are you reasoning? And they are still dying for Biafra. You think all those zombie are mugu in the bush? You think most of them know the level of criminality going on by Nnamdi Kanu and those who call him leader? You think they know? They will know. And you know the Bible says you shall know the truth. And the truth will set you free. This having been said, our people must be careful of these three main attitudes. It's not taking us anywhere. At this moment, our lines are open. If you are able to call in to make your contribution, please do. It doesn't matter what you want to say. Please do. Call, make your contribution. The direct line for now is 08065875555. 08065875555. 65875555. You're free to call in and make your contribution. But if you cannot access the line, you can call any of my social media platform. Could be on Facebook, on Messenger, or any other platform, and make your contribution. The journey to the restoration of Biafra continue. A lot have been messed up, but we cannot fold our hand and let the image of Biafra to be tarnished. This is the month of May. The number of those to remember is greatly increasing. The number of those who paid the ultimate price are increasing. Not one of them, both those who died erroneously, both those who died deliberately, both those who died ignorantly, both those who had no choice, but who had to meet their end because of this Biafra. Forever we continue remembering them. If the Armenians genocide can be remembered in America, if the Jewish Holocaust cannot be swept under the carpet, and then I will give you more reasons why the issue of Biafra cannot be silent by anybody. Nobody can quench this fire. It will continue, but a lot of work to do. Our lines are open. You are free to call in. And so this evening I still send out the invitation as always to those people who are out there and feel they can be. Let's see the caller on the line. Caller on the line, can you hear me? Caller on the line. Can you hear me? Caller on the line.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me? Good evening from here.
Good evening, sir. I can hear you.
You're welcome to the program, ONYIBE. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the good work you are doing, and you have been doing, and you are still doing. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on your time zone, to all the goodwill and good conscience and the lovers of freedom, the genuine lovers of freedom all over the world. I say, may Kekerowa bless all of us in Jesus' name. Therefore, you really short, you are in the spirit. Because this thing you just analyze this night is what I have been meditating upon today, asking myself series of questions of which I didn't know who will answer me. It appears as if God really came into your mind to come and answer me that question. For what you talked about the complexities, or depending on how I'm able to pronounce it, actually, I will say, in a simple language, let me not just go and start speaking the big grammar you have spoken. Let me just put it in a simple language. I will call it a situation whereby a butterfly is calling itself a bird. You know, when butterfly flies and it sees bird flying, you will think that they are of the same category or of the same species. You may not know that bird is far more place than itself. That's exactly what is going on. In a situation where that everybody is thinking that all is well, while they don't know that all is not well. And if I throw it a little bit back, I may use it to refer to those people that are in the bush, because in the normal sense, they think that they are doing the right thing. They are doing the work of their father to protect their land. Why invariably they are doing the opposite? Ironically, they don't even know what they are doing. Now let's come to the Perima himself. This language you used is really defined on his head. I asked myself this evening, because last time I checked, I found out that this man said it categorically clear that he's not an Igbo man. And there was a time Ijele was speaking and he made mention of that this family is known of promiscuity. They are not the really right people. That person in Ekperima is not the real indigenous of Igbo people. That his father must be who knows during the time he was given birth to. The father may be from that side he claims that he hates most. And today I was asking myself that question, say, must it be that thing he normally tell us? Because he normally say that if he himself is God, he would have wiped away all the black people. That he hated them with passion because Habundina Sukwasuku, as he normally say that time. He is the one that called all of us Umukuku. We didn't know that he have reason in all those things he's saying. Till when he finally confirmed it that thank God he's not an Igbo man. That name, IGBO, is a course name. Is course. That's why all the Igbos in any place where they are, when they put a red cap on their head, they will start doing prostitution. They will be doing this, they are doing that, and there's nothing they do that prosper. Which is lie. There's nowhere any Igbo man will stay. Whatever they put their hands always prosper. But we didn't know it that time. He was saying all these things. We think that he's saying the reality. He said he's not an Igbo man. And now when last time I checked, I came to find out that through this person is not an Igbo man. All the hatred he was showcasing towards the Fulanis and the Yorubas finally came back to the root he had that hatred for. He never loved Igbo people, and he never wanted Igbo people to exist because he knew that Igbo people are wise and are blessed. And knowing the root he came from, he's not a bona fide Igbo man. He's not a true blood of Igbo man. His root came from somewhere else. And that's why they are using him now to get Igbo land desecrated and destroyed. Look at the kind of hatred he sowed into our souls then against Yorubas and against Northerners. Now he finally brought it back to Alibu to tell you that this man is not an Igbo man. He has come. He is the Leviathan of our time, as that video Benny normally say. They just brought him. They sent him from hell to come and destroy Alaibo. The hell he said he is coming back with is the hell we are seeing today in Alaibo. When I watched this thing you talked about yesterday on social media, throughout that yesterday I was unable to eat. I was unable to eat. I cried it this morning. And these people have the inventory and the audacity to use the phone of that girl and call their family member. And they were asking him questions. He was even there bragging, saying how he is going to kill more people. That he even killed 4 people that day. He killed not only them, but the people with him. He killed 4 of them. And after killing 4 of them, why should you mutilate that lady for Christ's sake? After uselessing her in the presence of her fiancé, then you go as far as killing them. And after killing them, you beheaded them. And this takes me back to the broadcast Ekperima made during the NSAS time. He told them when he was explaining on how they will make petroleum bombs. He said that immediately when they do it, that when they run into the bush, any soldier that comes after them in the bush, they should kill them, and after killing them, behead them. He said it. The audio is still there, intact. He said it. And is that thing he said during the NSAS? He started talking about burning the government property, burn the police station, burn the checking point, do this and do that. They started with that one thing. When they now graduated to killing the armed forces and beheading them. And you beheaded this husband and wife and carried their head and put on their chest. Arrow. What kind of abomination is this? I think these people are turning abomination to become culture and tradition in Alibo. I am calling on the governors for Christ's sake and those that call themselves leaders. Let them stand up, please, and stop this thing. Because these people that have been taking tramadol and Nkurumidi, they don't know what is right or what is wrong again. Some of them are not doing this thing again with their normal brain. Ekperima has taken their brain to occultic kingdom, the dragon world. And now, many of them are innocent of thinking that they are doing the right thing, but no matter what you do, you are killing human beings. I don't support you for anything again, because it's not our agreement before. We agreed that this thing will be done on a self-determination form, following the processes as is written in the multi-video declaration. It is also described in the United Nations Charter on how a nation will become sovereign. And this young man, because of greed, ego, and self-aggrandizement and power intoxication, no wonder government people says absolute power corrupts absolutely. Now he feels that he is now God. He can decide who dies and who lives. He can decide playing God if he wants. Over 2 million men under his command. He will tell you go, you go. He tell you come, you come. He say jump into the well, you jump. Oh my goodness me. Look at 2 brothers that were killed in their compound. It's not that they even came out of the seat at home or something of that. See how bad luck can befall people in the process of all this nonsense. 2 good brothers were killed at the same spot. Tell me, ask me what the parents will be doing, or the relations will be doing, or their wives. See how they are creating widows everywhere in our land. Who will then come to start marrying all these people? Then the Fulani is that he is always talking of Janjaweed will be the one that will come and take everybody over. And now Nigerian army have released their own press. There is no any country on this earth that you will kill soldier people or police people and go free. Police own may be overlooking, but not for soldiers. Then you did this kind of atrocity and have the power, the audacity to video them and be saying all those rubbish and posted it on social media. You did not even hide yourself. If this country actually is an organized place, with that his video alone, with that his audio, your voice alone, they will use it to track you. And look at even when we are trying to place that head, the girl's head well on her chest, the person's hand was caught by the video. There are many things that we use to catch up with you people. You are amateur, the illiterate and the unsmart human being, and after smoking, they think that they have arrived. Ask me if that thing becomes a full-blown war. What ammunition are they going to use to fight Nigerian troops? Do they have the armored tank? Do they have biological weapons? What do they have? Stolen AK-47 and the one they are sneaking out to come through the Amazonia side to give to them. They think that is what they will use to fight a whole sovereign state that all have allied countries all over the world. Who is their own ally? Oduwa and Amazonia are the people that will come to follow them and fight when this thing becomes a full-blown war. It's just because of the mercy of God, God has been keeping our people. And all these elders, and many of them, World Congress, and many of you that have been talking before, and you are keeping quiet now. Whatever evil they are orchestrating in our land, it must come to your domot one by one, either by omission or commission. None of you will think that you are going out, that you will be safe. You will go scot-free of it. Because as an you people are seeing and you don't want to talk. And as you are not talking and the children are doing what they ought not to do, the evil from it will be upon your family and your own head. You go to social media, you will see what some of the Hausas and the Fulanis are commenting there. You people have lowered the integrity to the grassroots. Nobody regards Nibu as anything again as far as this country is concerned. And it's because of the evil of one single family. It becomes the icon of our time. And why won't our people rise up and do to him what they did, what God did to Achan in the Bible? Hey, it's very uncalled for. At times, my heart is really bitter. I'm not yet out of the shock of what I used my eye to see yesterday. I saw hell. How can some people that call them women will still be commenting this thing on social media for Christ's sake? Look at somebody's son and somebody's daughter. Somebody that thought that he have arrived. Do you know what it takes to give a birth to a child and not that person till a year, 2 years, till when the person become of age, you went to schools and came out and get work doing. Your parents are now happy, thinking that their children will now start looking after them. All of a sudden, you cut their lives so short and they are proud of it, making video, talking. By men hearing their voice, you will know that these people are rippers. They have nothing to write home about. They have nothing of sense. And these people that are sending you into this your early grave, they are abroad enjoying themselves. Now I saw one comment on social media. I so much love what that person said. Because one of the bingo asked in Ijole's page that why will he ever come back to Aligo, that why is he in Abuja? Let him come home. Somebody now asked the person, what is my younger brother doing in Abuja? I think Southeast is very comfortable and good for him. Why is he in Abuja? Instead of this bingo will answer that person's question, and now diverted it and get himself or herself, whatever it is, into insult. You know, they don't have brains to embrace a constructive criticism or debate. Immediately when you debate with them or punch them with a strong argument, you will see them, they will go defense rather they will start insulting the person. You see, people are seeing all the rubbish they are doing. They know that the brother of Iperima has run to Abuja, and you are not telling him why is he not coming back. Okay, you're killing others in soldier, in army and the police, but the sister of your supremo leader is still in police collecting zoo salary. You people did not do anything. You people should refrain from this road you are heading to, because we are heading to damnation. Because when the consequences and the repercussions and the rewards of what you people are doing will come upon you and your family, you will regret your life. And the same thing goes to all our leaders that are seeing this evil, they kept mute. All those elders that gathered themselves and put red caps on their heads and went to Abuja to plead for the abominable entity release. Now they are not talking again, and they are seeing what is happening in Anambra and Imo State. They kept mute. They are not talking. What they are doing now, anybody that want to become governor or senator or president, they will now come and use that POV name to go and talk one thing or the other. And the Mugus will get up and start clapping hands for them like this political and diplomatic statement we made. They are not jumping. I don't know whether they read the sentence in between lines to understand what the person have in mind that is talking. They are remote controlling you, using your brain to play game of Chelsea, and they are there thinking that they are what they are not. And that's why some of them out there, they will come and issue one threat or do this and do that. Then their killers in the bush will sneak out when they notice that the area is lonely, that nobody is seeing them. They will sneak out and come and commit one crime and run. The time I will know that you people are Odogu is when you come out in that broad daylight. You normally sneak out. Stand there, reach like 30 minutes. And be doing what you are doing, and then be showing that you have power and that you are density. Then we will know that you have arrived. Not when you keep and people and notice that nobody is seeing you, you will run out and kill innocent souls and run out again. By the time Nigeria troops will come now, you people might have entered into your cave and hide. They will come and start arresting innocent souls. Then you will jump into the social media to start shouting that the Nigeria troop is killing your men. Is it not what you people are paid for that you are doing? They paid you for the deal and you are doing it. But it will catch up with all of you. The way my heart is bitter now is the way all your relations will have take the heat because you have committed this evil enough. Stop killing our children. Stop killing our children. God will destroy all of you. And it's not, and we will not continue to fold our hands waiting for God to do it. God cannot do for a man what a man can do for himself. All the time Israelites have been fighting. They did not wait for God to come from heaven and fight. Rather, when they consult him and tell him, this is when they came and carried all the women and the slaves and the people of David, he consulted God and asked him, will I go? God is saying, yes, pursue them, overtake them, and recover all. He did not tell him, sit down and fold your hand, I'm going to bring them back. Time has come when all when everybody is supposed to stand up and do the needful. Because if all these mute people are keeping continue, it will get to a time that these people will take over our land and we will regret it. No, that's not what the Israelites did when they recovered their land. I think it's time the right people will stand up and do the needful. This thing is getting out of hand. I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy at all. Anytime I look at the picture of this couple, my heart will fail me. And the one that pain me most is these people, they created womanhood. They showed a disgrace upon a womanhood, and that thing will be the portion of the person that did that thing. If it is family, if he has wife, he has children or relation, it must be the portions of that person. The way they naked that woman and they scraped her in the presence of her husband, and after that killing her and mutilating her private part, that will be the portion of the person that did that work, and the people that are supporting them, and the people that are telling them, whether they are man, woman, or boy or girl, any of them, wherever they are, supporting this evil. I pray tonight that the God of heaven and the God of our land, our ancestors, all of them, only are for the breeze that the air that we breathe in, the water that we drink, and the food you cook on fire to eat, all these four elemental bodies will be a curse upon that person's life that did that thing. As the sun rises from this east, so shall the person's evil rise with that sun. And as he sets in the west, so shall every good thing in that person's life will set with the sun. I'm standing on the with my bare foot on the ground this night, declaring this thing upon their life. That person that did that thing to that girl, he will never see any grown-up girl in his or her family and anybody supporting him. That is not happening today. It may happen tomorrow. Let tomorrow or the days to come for you to do that thing to your own sister. It will never be well with any of you. I'm getting emotional. Thank you for the good work you are doing.
Understand.
May Ekekero will continue to bless you and protect all of us.
And you too, my
as
dear.
we keep on watching. We go nowhere.
We go nowhere.
Unite from here.
Thank you very much. Of course, we must continue. The truth cannot be overemphasized. And of course, the more we expose the evil, the more it's all about money to them. You guys doesn't have to raise fund, let's support the killing of Igbo people, raise fundraising for non-government. And then some persons are saying, Levi, is our Biafra. Who told you it's your Biafra? Who be our? Very unfortunate. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Well, good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening and welcome to the program.
Yeah, well, my dear,
Good
good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on your time zone. I want to appreciate you so far for the hits and enlightenment you are giving to so far, opening and exposing a criminality going on. Because this war is this ipon killing of people has nothing to do with Biafra or whatever name they are calling it. It has nothing to do with it is we as Igbo people against IPONK bingos, because this is a war we are in currently with IPONK. How can you be killing your brothers and sisters and at the same time you be the one to to run to social media? They are killing us, oh, they are killing us, oh. Look at the man they killed with his fiancée to be, the wife to be. When I even saw my mind, this man shouldn't be in service until I discovered that this is a retired soldier. So not even active, he's not active soldier. The man is retired. It is the lady that service, active service. Look at 19 regular recruiting. That man has retired. He's a retired master warrant officer. The man, they killed the man just because he was a soldier.
Yes, of course, and as always, that is Epileptic Network. But of course, we continue to combat these challenges until it is finally surmounted. We continue informing our people there is need for us to face the reality. Time for impression is over. The earlier you know that, the better for all of us. This is still Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio, a platform where most of the things we do here is renovation, damage control. Most of you will not understand the level of damage that have been done to the Biafra Restoration Project. Most of you have no idea, but believe me, we will make sure everything is restored. The lines are still open. If you are free or able to access, you call in and make your contribution. Hopefully, the last caller will be able to engage the line back. We are on Relay Station 100.5 FM. You can get us on satellite. You can visit our website. And of course, engage us through the social media platform. Of course, if you are serious. Because this position we have found ourselves, the truth remains that it is going to take all of us to save all of us. No one single man can be able to save our people. And to shy away from issues we need to discuss, it is going to be very dangerous. It is going to be on the expense of everything we believe and we have fought for. And of course, at this moment, inching closer to the end of this program, a little bit unfortunate, or I think I get the caller back. Can you hear me? You are back now. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we don't know if the government nobody should even talk anything about federal inside this, because the federal government has nothing to do with this. This has to do with state government currently within Anambra State and Imo State. Because somebody cannot tell me, how can some criminals come to terrorize my community, and somebody organize youth to resist those criminals? Not a very strong resistance against those criminals, and kill, and the process even kill some of the criminals, because this is your community. And in the return, the police came and arrest the youth, according to Ijele in his program yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. How can the police come and arrest the same youth that are trying to protect the community, since the police can't do their job anymore? The police are now scared to do their job. The youth now have to need to defend themselves. Self-defense, actually, it's self-defense. Now the police went and arrest those people instead of even giving those guys the more backup they need, encouraging them to mount resistance against criminality in their places. And the government of within these two states are not doing anything them serious, to be for us to be frank and sincere. Because if the government is damn serious, the state government, actually the federal government has nothing to do with this currently. If the state government is serious, by now Benjamin should be arrested. Because I don't see why the army formation in Anambra State will be giving cover to Benjamin, even send reinforcement to him when some bingos came after him. Another faction of bingos came after him. Why should military be his backup? And now the same military are the same people these bingos are killing. And in Imo State now, just look at the old man they killed. A retired soldier. The man is not even on active service. These guys killed him, defenseless. He didn't kill with gun. Just came to just tradition, to perform our tradition. And some people will say, our people will no longer respect our tradition. Now somebody left where he was. He was not serving even in the state. He left where he was, his place he was. He came back to the state to perform, to at least respect to the culture of the people. And this bingos recycled the man alongside with his fiancée and the rest of those two guys. This is the height of man inhumanity to man. This is Igbo people. We as Igbo people war against Igbo people against IPONC. These guys are a bunch of cowards. How can the police is even arresting people that are even trying to defend themselves against these guys? So what should the people do now? When IPONC come, they should come and pick them up, kill them, do whatever they want, terrorize the community and just go away. And the police is not doing their job effectively within those communities that those guys are currently occupying. Now youth are defending themselves. You come and arrest the people that are defending themselves against bandits. This is the height of insincerity, because the way it is now, we don't know from the side of Opuzodema, because some few weeks ago he tried to he sounded politically correct, trying to cover the tracks of IPONC, when he would clearly know who the people doing these things are. And on the part of Anambra State also, we don't know what Soludo is still doing, because to cross this thing, just pick up their leaders and the case closed. This thing will be a forgotten history. This IPONC stuff is going to be a forgotten history, but we've not seen such thing happening, because the leaders there are not, so far from the way I'm seeing it, they are not sincere to themselves. That's why Hukuzodema at the time he has to compromise and turn the truth upside down, so that because he want to win election again, he want to win the people's the IPONC, he want to bring them to their side. Even when your people are currently standing with you, even the way I don't have any say to, don't have nothing to say about that. I'm not from Imo State, so that's none of my business. But currently, your people are backing you up, and from so far, people attest your people not you, your people are testifying that you are really working. Now, why are you trying to sound politically correct to betray your people instead of recycling these bingos the way you have been doing to them? Because I know you have been giving them hate head on. Why are you trying to mortgage the life of your people? People should. This has nothing to do with Biafra. For you in diaspora, wherever you are sponsoring them, this has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with Biafra. It has nothing to do with it. This one thing we have to elucidate. We have to point this out. This has nothing to do with it. These are a bunch of criminals terrorizing their own people. We're gonna shut everybody down. They don't born you what to show you. They don't shut down. Papa, they don't shut down. This is not good. Okay, look at the Biafra. They say it's 13 states. They now reduce it to 1.5 states. They now reduce it to 1.5 states. Or let me not even up to 1.5 states, because not even the entire Anambra state and Imo state. They just say they just reduce it to yes, man. Why is this out to kill you? You are your own. Even if you wanna die with your boots on. Get something to defend yourself, defend your community. Don't wait for the police and army. You should organize themselves. And if you wanna defend yourself as you do it, do not wait until you get everything you need to do these things. Try and as little as you can with coordination, proper coordination and formation. You can overcome this guy. This is your community. You can't tell me that a stranger will come and overrun you guys. It's not gonna happen. You know your community more than them, so organize yourself and defend your community against criminals. If not, this is gonna continue. So I want to thank you very much. Keep the job doing. No people that are pointing the army are killing us. The East don't even call them, because they're gonna come back and kill you guys to defend at least for them to regain their respect for killing their regular. You kill their brother. If you don't know how these things work, when you kill a soldier, the rest are gonna come back. At least they need to regain they need to regain their respect. They need to regain their respect. Just a week ago, we buried one of our Kegite brother. Even the tribute to they in a song they made on those two guys said, with the point it was because of money. This Ipon Bingos killed those two guys. They killed the other one, informed their people. After some days, they killed the other guy. For those people that know the person I'm talking about, late Chief Opole and late Chief Jazzy. This person I'm talking about, a student of Metallurgical Institute Onisha Oba. There, the other one made a suit. They kill these guys. For those in Kega, you know the person I'm talking about. Because of money, you kidnap these money because they couldn't give you the money you requested. You recycle them. I'll hang up for them. But you see these bingos. For those that want, if you want to continue in your place, fine and good. Continue covering up. You need political solution. Keep on, continue. But by the time you get to your family, I pray if you get to your family, then you understand what other people pain, what they are feeling. Thank you, dear, so much for the time.
Thank you, my brother. Of course, we continue to sensitize our people. We continue to tell them the truth until eventually they will come of age. And of course, you know what that means. They will know the truth, and the truth will set them free. Have you not checked it? Where we are coming from? How can you know where we are going to? I'm joined by our daddy in the Lord at this moment. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good evening, sir, from here, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon from here. I want to thank you for what you're doing. So saddened this evening hearing my sister cry openly on this radio. But I don't want to say when them you don't want that. It's okay. God in heaven must hear this prayer anytime soon. Uh, there's nothing we can actually do because the monster is uncontrolled at this time. I want to thank my brother Awale who called. It's so sad thing these things. I don't know if our people has become stone-hearted. Apparently, the methamphetamine, the normally is continued supply to these guys who does not reason at all, who does not have no more that thinking faculty. The brain shrinks every day that they use this substance. That's why they don't have emotion. That's why they don't think like human beings. Can you imagine beheading somebody and displaying their heads right at their body at the same time, taking pictures and circulating it? It's so sad, my people. It's so sad. It's really sad. But I do want to call this evening, contribute to your program. It's duty calls. We must continue this whether people listen or not. But I know they are listening. They are also getting the message. And one thing I want to buttress this evening is the point that I want to raise here. That this guy is not an evil man. And I was going through it, and I remember also that factors, there are characteristics or attributes that evil men are known for. And I said, I must bring this message again. Maybe it can help our people understand that this guy is not an evil man. He's not an evil man. First of all, think about when he was born in the midst of the war, when everybody was out there defending the land. And for whatever reason, he was impregnated and born in that year during the crisis. So we must understand also that during the war, that a lot of Fulanese were stationed at the ONYIBE. We must put that into consideration. And then you can really begin to put the puzzle together. We also remember that one of his brothers, because he was the one that told us about Ojuzokano, that is not an Igbo man. He knows the history. He knows himself how he installed his father as Eze of Afara. Okay, so we know that. And then, excuse me, thinking about his antecedents, you can tell that this guy is not an Igbo. Okay, by the way, you know, a lot of people used to say Igbo Bibo. My brother George, my reverend, if anytime you hear somebody saying Igbo Bibo, be careful with that individual, because I don't understand how these words come. I don't understand what Igbo Bibo means. Okay? Because Igbo is Igbo. If you're talking to Igbos, you should address them like Igbos. But when somebody comes to insinuate that there is the Igbos that are Igbo, then that's a problem right there. That's a danger right there. So, but going back to what I was saying, in Igbo land, every Igbo man knows that na nwoke ife nwoke ya eme dị ya n'obi. In other words, every Igbo man should have that characteristics of being able to keep secret. Whatever they plan to do, they do it. You don't boast about it. You don't run your mouth and place people into a mess. And we can tell that this guy does not have these characteristics. Because everything he wants to do, he tells us. He told us of everything he wanted to do. He told everything. The killing that is happening today is not by accident. He said it. That he's going to make our land Somalia or Yemen. It was there. And I'm hoping that some of these broadcasters, you guys should help us and bring this information so that people will not be in doubt what we're saying here. I know the problem we find that today is that the dilemma that a lot of people who are not part of this project are not understanding what we're saying today. This guy made threats to say that this is going to happen. If somebody following, they should recall, even during the election in Anambra State, before then, he warned the youth to run away from Anambra State. Okay, so he knows exactly what they're doing. Okay, the problem here is that most of the people who are supporting this evil, especially the ones in diaspora, I know they are not getting enough money again here. That's why I can rightly tell you that the sponsors of this crime is the federal terrorist government of Nigeria. The terrorist government of Nigeria. This is why they cannot arrest the people that there's evidence that they are part of these gangs. They cannot arrest them. Why would they arrest them when they are working for them? Okay, the one that was kept, people supposedly kept in DSA dungeon is just by the way. I don't believe that. I don't believe that he's suffering anywhere. I don't believe he was put up in anywhere. I don't believe that he was arrested. We have heard about extraordinary rendition. This is just a plan. And they are living to make sure that this young man who will be able to stand up and challenge them in case of the incursion of the Fulanese, to make sure that these young boys and young men and women are eliminated first. And this is why you will see that whenever there's a Biafran, a true Biafran that they recruited, argues with them. When a true Biafran finds out that what they are doing is not right and they argue with them, they will come on the air and call out their name and they will go after them and kill them. We know that with Akwara. We know that with other people who are dying today. The baby they killed, we know. His name was announced on the radio. Until tomorrow, people paraded his body on the streets of Biafra. And in a vehicle that appears to be government vehicle. And the people that paraded him did not hide their faces. And they killed him a few weeks after his name was announced on their radio. So I don't know what people are not seeing. All the things they promise that they are going to do. The driving out of the Nigerian Janjaweed army from our home. Has it happened? That problem has doubled. People cannot go about their businesses freely anymore. But you were promised Biafra. You were promised that these people are going to be killed and buried and nobody will see their dead body. And that's why some of these young boys volunteered, because they want to fight and be liberated from this suffering. And today they are calling their names over the air and handing them back over to the Nigerian government to kill the Nigerian terrorists, whatever they are, to kill them. You were promised freedom. And every Monday you lock yourself up in the pretense of punishing the government of Nigeria. And you are punishing yourself. If you want freedom, is it by locking yourself up? Does that equal to freedom? And not just that you're locking yourself up today. Today, the enforcers lock up. You hear them threatening that if they see you out there, they're going to kill you. They're going to deal with you. And they're doing these things. The so-called people, the authorities in the land, are there, silent. They are there, silent. Every day is one thing or the other. And you haven't come to the realization that these are the people killing us. The same group of people. It's just a dilemma. You think he's talking for freedom for you? But in the real sense of it, you are being decimated on a daily basis. You think he's talking about freeing you, but on a daily basis, you are emasculated and emaciated and subjugated. Today, nobody can freely talk because one clown came out and talked about freedom. An agent, clearly an agent. Because have you asked yourself, for some of you that they come here and deceived that they are going to buy a weapon from Israel, buy a drone, specifically drone, to destroy Nigeria. Up to tomorrow, you are still here giving you a little money with the hope of getting freedom. You have not asked questions about the monies you gave for that drone. You have not asked questions. What is the impact of this so-called freedom? Because it's not impacting the enemy, rather it's on us. Creating enmity, because the longer they kill, the more families that are afflicted, the more sorrows, the more grievances, the more confusion. That's what is happening today. And we know specifically 2 local governments that are afflicted with this nonsense. And nothing is done. The so-called army is there, paving way for them to do what they're doing, because the whole thing is being sponsored by the terrorist government of Nigeria. They are enjoying it. They are enjoying it. That's why when Hope Uzodinma came to fight them, he was adequately called to Abuja to be warned. And he's now playing the gallery. He shamelessly came out to say that what is happening is not IPOB. And Hope Uzodinma has information secretaries. He has people that work with him. I know he's not seeing all these threats on the citizens of the state. He's not seeing them. That's why he came out to pretend or to say that IPOB is not part of this thing. And this announcement or declaration came out few days after they went to Haji Obama and burned down more than 110 bodies. 110 bodies, which marked exactly 2 months after Chinese and Wodu had come on their radio to threaten that they are going to deal with these people. And we are not making connect here. We are not. Ask me what is emboldening these people. Today I was listening to this idiot called Edusian again, coming to threaten people in Biafra land. The people that are now raising Igbo cow. He's now putting a price tag on their cow. And tomorrow you see them killing these people. And nobody will see the connection that they're already threatening them. And we know that there are Fulani cows all over the land, but they are claiming that they have removed everything. Tomorrow they are going to kill the poor wretched butchers that buys cow to sell in the market. They're going to kill them. Not that I'm in support of what the cow meat or whatever, or the excesses of the Fulani, but I'm just letting you guys know how these people are operating. They have not killed the enemy, but today they are unleashing mayhem on our people. They are killing our people, and they are there, the mobilizers, the organizers are there within us. And the so-called government is not making any arrest. So sad. This guy is not an Igbo man. He's exemplified himself that he's not an Igbo man. Because all the threats he made was just to unleash evil on all of you. My Reverend, I heard you talking about Wike situation. And I'm glad that Wike was able to respond as appropriate. Because me and you know that Wike, the River State, was the stronghold of IPOB. When IPOB thought that we are doing freedom. Until they brought threats and attempts to kill his father, and the bounty placed on Wike's head after they have set some government infrastructures on fire in River State. And Wike said that this is not tolerable. He cannot tolerate this. Today they are sharing the video. Wike supports the agitation of IPOB. And I'm glad he came out to clarify himself. Just like he said, it's only who is not sane that will argue the issue of Biafra. It's long overdue. It's only a insane person that will argue the issue of Biafra. But what we're doing today to get Biafra is not really a way forward. What these idiots are doing today, and let me not say we, because I cannot generalize. Up to tomorrow, this platform is still working for Biafra. But what these puppets, these clowns are doing these puppies, is not in any way directed to restore Biafra. They are the ones that are keeping us down in that contraption. They are the ones creating problems, enabling for military incursion in our land. That tells you that even the ones that are talking about 2023 election, you will not be able to freely exercise your franchise, because all this drama is designated to attract more of the military presence in our land in such a way you will not even come out to. Right now, you saw them kill the people that were trying to get common PVC. You saw them kill them, both women and children. And you still don't understand it. For some of you who is still professing this Leviathan, you still don't understand it. So sad. My Reverend, I think somebody may have been calling you. I'm sorry, I have to yield for other people to make their contribution. But our people need to take one thing out today. That Nnamdi Leviathan, Nnamdi Kanu is not an evil man. He's here to destroy all of us. And he's living out all his activities. The Kuje or the DSS detention is just by the way. It's just a trap. Now, he has agents he hired, the one that is threatening now that anywhere you see army, kill them in Biafra land. You see that kind of nonsense? Even if they want to kill, are you supposed to be talking wide mouth on social media? You guys see what is happening? And the other group is talking about that Biafra is a fraud. Confusion everywhere. When people are saying, when you see Nigerian army, kill them. What is that? What are they looking for? Other than bringing more evil to you. And you guys continue to donate money to raise funds for the ones in diaspora. You continue to watch them and send them stars and super chats. May God have mercy upon us. My brother, my reverend, thank you so very much for what you're doing. God will definitely bless you and your household. And for Biafra is sure. It doesn't matter what they do. Biafra will be established on the surface of the earth. And with that, I will say, all hail Biafra. And God bless the people of Biafra and all of us of freedom. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Of course, that is the voice of Mazi Obidi Obienu, one of the few Biafrans who know the truth, who saw the truth, who went for the truth, and not willing to compromise this truth. And this truth cannot be overemphasized. Our people need to stand up to the challenges. Our people need to face reality. Our people need to face the reality. At this moment, I'm joined by the American mobilizer, our brother Mazem Badiki. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Dioba Nda.
Nda Abroma, you're welcome to the program.
Greetings, dear friends, from city of New York. My name is Izutuku Okoli, the mobilization administrator for Americans, and also the chairperson for Committee on Sports Affairs, Biafran de facto customary government. Dioba, we go nowhere. Anybody thinking that we're going somewhere, that person is dreaming. As we are here, we will be bringing it hot to the people who cares to know that this is the platform where the real information is coming
out for Biafran restoration. He said to them, most of our people, they are aware of this, as I will always say when I come on this platform. If it doesn't happen to you, you won't feel it. But when it happens to you, you will start talking. If you don't talk, you will die. If you talk, you will die. So what stops you from saying something that is going around you that is not proper? We must be our brother's keepers. That's one thing we learned from growing up. When you see something, say something. America tells you that when you see something, say something. If you see something and you didn't say anything, it will come to consume even you and people that are around you. And we're trying to use this opportunity to promote our competition that is coming under CONIFA, Biafran de facto customary government. The game is coming up this May, and you are gonna be on the lookout on our pages, Facebook, YouTube, to know the platform these games will be coming upon. And if you're a Biafran around the world, you start mobilizing yourself, because this game is something that will be happening every year now. If it happens in your continent or in your country, you guys are the ones that are gonna mobilize people that will represent de facto customary government. That's why we call upon all the Biafrans that left the platform of IPOB to go onto Biafran de facto customary government and BNA Facebook page and website, and be able to put your information for us to get to you. You can go to de facto government of Biafra. The website is biafrangov.org or biafrannationsalliance.com. You can also send an email to biaf67foundation@gmail.com, and also all biafrans@gmail.com. You can also do a charitable donation if you are within North Americans. It's a tax-deductible donation. You can go also to biaf67foundation@gmail.com, because we want to put a permanent relay station all over Biafra land. We don't deal with mobile relay station that move from one place to another. So if you're interested, or if you're eager to help us to make this happen, you can go to that website and do your donation. It's tax deductible if you're within Americans. The website again is biaf67foundation@gmail.com. We know, my dear, but we know our people are are listening to what we are saying, because if you go on Facebook and you see the number of people that is there, and you go to broadcast yesterday, Chidera Ahmed, and the one you did there before yesterday, our people are just, I don't know what they are afraid of. Nobody brought us into this struggle. We all heard Biafra and we all come out and join. I didn't join this agitation for the sake of anybody. I joined it for the sake of our people that are suffering back home. We are in diaspora. We are having it good. If you don't have a job, you can go and stand in the line in the church, you eat your breakfast, eat your lunch, and eat your dinner. On the weekends, you take your shopping cart, you go over there, there's a lot of food that you're not going to finish in 2 weeks. You go and pack in your house and keep eating. But dear man, I always tell people, if you always care about yourself, you don't care about people that are around you. You better watch out, because what is coming for you is bigger than what you think. I won't take so much time. I always tell our people, the moving train, because what we came out here to do is to restore Biafra. We didn't come out here to be worshiping our fellow human beings. Like our people in America says, they tell you America first before anybody that is their president. That's why they can go to sleep in the night and come up in the morning. They say they don't want you, and you have to go. So my people, it's better we wake up now before it's too late. I will stop here for now, and I will say we go nowhere, and all hail Biafra.
Biafra, we hear you. Honestly, they don't understand when we say we go nowhere. No more Yahoo freedom fighting. none of them will be allowed to sell the next generation of Biafra. The earlier they understand this concept and idea, the better for all of us. And of course, on this note, we will bring this evening broadcast to a conclusive end. Tomorrow is another day. We'll continue from where we stop. Don't mistake the purpose of this platform. They are numerous, but agitation of Biafra continue. The watchmen continue to watch activities. And perhaps we tell you the truth, you're able to embrace it on time. The journey become easier. Look for the facto customary government and identify yourself with them. Look for Biafra Nation Alliance and identify yourself with them. Other pro-Biafran groups are out there. Let us rise up and seize this opportunity. Defending Biafra land, defending Igbo land is a task all of us must carry on. We'll talk about it in other broadcasts. I think I have a caller on WhatsApp. Let's see if I can be able to get that person. After all, this is our platform, and we continue to do the needful. Of course, that is our director, Maze Uchi Ukafomefo, the man of Abatete. Can you hear me, sir?
Good evening from here. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Good evening, sir, from here, and welcome to the program. Go ahead, please, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening, dear ONYIBE. Thank you very much for what you're doing. Good evening, fellow Biafrans, men and women of goodwill from around the world. Biafra, our heritage is at crossroads because the heart of the Biafra Restoration Project has been hijacked. It is the time for every man and woman of goodwill to stand up and insulate it from those who want to devour it or devour it. The killings in Biafra land is unimaginable. We warned against it. People are still pretending as we speak that they don't know where it all started. But we will continue to redirect their minds. We will continue to maintain our stance that the present destruction, carnage, terror, horror in Biafra land, and especially in Igbo part of Biafra land, was orchestrated by Nnamdi Kanu. And now his instructions are being carried out by his misguided, criminally minded gangs and foot soldiers. This evening, I'm not going to talk about the wider context of indigenous people of Biafra under Nnamdi Kanu IPON. I am going to talk about people who are supporting this evil, this abomination, this carnage, this crime against humanity, this mass murder, this targeted assassination of our brothers and sisters. I will start by calling their names, whether they like it or not. And I want to begin to ask questions to the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu, of IPONC, led by Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Aloy Ejimako. I want to be asking them, does it mean that they don't see this carnage, this abomination, this crime against humanity, these monumental, systematic human rights violations going on in Biafra land against our people? Is it that they are not? Is it that they are living in another planet? Is it that they are not in the know of what crime against humanity is? Is it that they are not in the know of what terrorism is all about? Is it that they don't know about what mass murder, torture, inhumane and degrading treatment is all about? Is it that they are not lawyers? Is it that they are no more advocates? Is it that they are not Nnamdi Kanu's IPOB under Nnamdi Kanu's legal representatives? I want to ask them, what do they tell Nnamdi whenever they go to visit him at the DSS headquarters in Abuja? What are those updates that they give Nnamdi? What are the feedback that they are giving to Nnamdi? Does it mean that it does not include this spilling of blood of innocent Biafrans on Biafran soil? Does it mean that they are not living in Biafra land? Does it mean that they are not seeing all this abomination, all these heinous crimes going on? Does it mean that they are not legal experts? When they go to court and begin to defend the right of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and begin to defend the right of Biafrans, what are they telling the Nigerian government? What are the accusations against the Nigerian government? I'm just asking these questions, albeit in a rhetorical manner. They are defending the human rights of Biafrans. They are defending the human rights of Nnamdi Kanu. They are against abomination. They are against terror, horror, being directed against the people of Biafra by the Nigerian state. And these are justified. These are plausible positions to take. But it baffles me. It baffles every right-thinking human being why those who are advocating for the rights of our people, those who are fighting against injustice being directed against our people, will now turn around to begin to support the same thing, the same abomination, the same crimes against humanity, the same torture, the same mass murder that the Nigerian state has been directing against us. They are now supporting it. Their client is the architect of all this, and they are supporting it. But when they go to Nigerian court, they will be defending the right of our people, and rightly so, against the Nigerian state. What am I trying to say? He who goes to equity must go with clean hands. Nnamdi told us at some point that anybody that kills a Biafran, that the moment the people of Biafra begin to spill the blood of fellow Biafrans, Biafra will no longer come. What is Nnamdi telling himself? What is Nnamdi's followers telling themselves? Who is deceiving who? Who has brought this abomination, this carnage, this crime against humanity, against our people, against our land? Are they aliens? No right-thinking human being will think and believe that they are aliens. because there are incontrovertible evidence. There are prima facie evidence suggesting that the people who are destroying our land are the same people who are championing for the freedom and liberation of our people and our land. That is double jeopardy. That is double monumental crime. The crime you commit against your people is the greatest crime. I have not seen, apart from the records of the Civil War, the level of carnage that has been unleashed on our people in a very short time than the one indigenous people of Biafra under Nnamdi Kanu are unleashing on our people. They have surpassed the crime being committed by the Nigerian state against our people. Abomination is abomination. Crime against humanity is crime against humanity. And we remind Ifeanyi Ejiofor and our Ejimako that they are men that lack conscience. They don't have conscience. These are hypocritical individuals. They are more interested in their legal fees than defending the rights and the lives of our people. I don't know what people are fighting for, to be honest. Let it be known, and I will continue to say it. I bet from this moment onwards, Nnamdi is not going to restore Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu led Biafra agitation is dead on arrival. Before there were hopes, but now there is no more. You have soiled your hands. You have killed our people. You have spilled the blood of innocent Biafrans on Biafran soil. Therefore, you must go and sit down. The land of Biafra will never forgive any one of us who are involved or who is involved in this carnage. Alobo, alo, emego na Igbo. Abomination, crime against humanity, genocide are being unleashed on our people, not by the outsiders, not by the enemy, but by the same people who are clamoring for our freedom. We must pause and begin to ask ourselves serious questions. I want to ask the leadership of World Igbo Congress what they are doing. Before, they were secretly supporting Nnamdi. They contributed $20 and all that. Some people did more. And they have done this as a long-term project. They call it Defense of ONYIBE, Afi Igbo Efuna, and all that. They knew the carnage Nnamdi and his group are committing in Biafra land. But they chose to say that it is politicians, it is Fulani headsmen. We know that Fulani headsmen are committing all manner of crimes. But there is a distinction between the crime that they commit and the crime that our own people are committing against our people. These killings, this spilling of blood will touch everybody. This generation is lost. World Igbo Congress must be held accountable for the appreciable level of horror and terror that they supported, financially and morally, against our land, against our people. The leadership of World Igbo Congress is at the forefront of supporting Nnamdi Kanu's terror and horror against our people. They cannot feign ignorance over this. The greatest donors in support of this terror and horror against our people at individual level are, according to profession, nurses and medical doctors who are based abroad. Some are doing it openly, some are doing it secretly. They know themselves. Time has come when we will not keep quiet anymore. If you know what I have done, say it to the public. Of course, you can only lie. If I know what you have done, I have to say it. Because this hide and seek game has got to the level of destroying ourselves and destroying our future and future of our people, our children, and even that of generations that are coming after us. The Nigerian state has been committing these crimes, and we have been holding them to account as much as we could. But it is unacceptable for the same people who are crying for freedom to turn around and begin to sacrifice the lives and blood of their own in the name of freedom. All these people killing in the name of freedom, in the name of Nnamdi, on behalf of Nnamdi, killing for the sake of Biafra, killing for the sake of Nnamdi must stop. If Nnamdi and his group has been fighting the enemy, I will not say anything myself, but it is unacceptable for them to, in a broad daylight, threaten violence, threaten horror, terror against our people, and go ahead to carry it out and film it, and at the same time turn around to deny that it is not them, that they are not the people doing it, and everybody is keeping quiet. We must be hallucinating. We are deceiving ourselves. We are completely destroyed. Once you begin to kill, you begin to kill. The Biafra Restoration Project has been dented beyond imagination. And it is about time we stand by, or we stood by, and pause and begin to look inwards with some level of greater introspection into what is happening to us as a people. There is another group of people through which this money that are being used to sponsor this terror and horror in Biafra land are being channeled. The churches in Biafra land, there are fake pastors and fake prophets through which these monies are being channeled. Our people must stand up and begin to expose this evil. We don't want any government to come for our rescue anymore because they are doing nothing. Our people must be their brothers' keepers. All these people hailing the killing, the mutilation of the bodies of their own fellow brothers and sisters, they are doing that because it has not touched them. But it's going to get to every one of us. It is time that we take our responsibilities seriously. Anybody that tells you that this present Biafra agitation has not been dented and is still going in the right direction, that person is a lie. We need to fight the obstacle on our way and remove it before we continue to move forward. We must at all times also be very vigilant. Make sure that the heart of Biafra Restoration Project is protected from these wolves. Those who are championing this carnage, this horror, this terror in Biafra land under Nnamdi Kanu have demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that they don't have any direction, they don't have anything to show for it. They are only bringing carnage, destruction against our people. Mind you, the Nigerian state it's not even fighting our people anymore. We are the people fighting ourselves. The Nigerian state has not even declared war against our people. The people who are declaring war against their own, against our people, against our land, are those who are under Nnamdi Kanu and under his inspiration. You cannot kill in order to get Biafra. You cannot kill in the name of Biafra and make any progress. What is going on now is criminality. It is crime against humanity. It is genocide being conducted by not the enemies, but by the same people, the same Biafrans who say that they are fighting for their liberation and protection of their land. That is unimaginable abomination. I don't even know what to say or how to describe it. He who goes to equity must go with clean hand and must repeat. It is fruitless going to Nigerian courts to begin to accuse them that they are killing our people, that are destroying our lives and properties of Biafra land, whereby you are equally guilty of what you are accusing Nigeria. Biafra, we are looking for, cannot be like Nigeria. Otherwise, there is no need us fighting for our freedom. And if Biafra means killing our people, spilling their blood, committing all manner of heinous crime, let Biafra wait. Let it not come now. We urge men and women of goodwill from around the world to stand up and defend the defenseless Biafrans. We are under siege by criminal elements, orchestrated, inspired, and commissioned by Nnamdi Kanu. The day we begin to call this abomination by its name, that is the day we begin to make progress. That is the day that our liberation will begin to manifest. On this platform, Biafra de facto customary government, in collaboration with Biafra Nations Alliance and BMASOB and other pro-Biafra group, BNC, we are going to stand and speak the truth to power. We are not going to spare any criminality in our midst. We are not going to spare anybody who is going antithetical to the original intention and mission for Biafra. Biafra restoration is in the hands of God Almighty, not in the hands of criminals. And God willing, we will get there. But before we get there, the obstacle before us must be identified and called out and be removed. Thank you very much, dear ONYIBE. I think I've taken a lot of time. But we're going to elaborate, we're going to insist that the right thing is done. God bless you, dear ONYIBE.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much, sir. And thank you for joining me. Of course, that is the voice of Emazi Uchiuka from F4. I can always tell you, his slightest touch command obedient. The earlier we begin to appreciate sincere people, the earlier we begin to appreciate genuine people, the earlier you allow your sincerity to take the front stage in everything we're doing regarding Biafra Restoration Project, the better for all of us. A lot have been said already this night, and I must appreciate all of you who took your time to come online this evening. Our brother Odugu, and of course Agwonwanye, and Mbadike, that in the Lord Mazubidu Binu, and of course Diokba Uchuka from F4. You're highly appreciated. We keep standing in the line on behalf of the people of Biafra, and those of you genuine Biafrans on Facebook who want the truth and the overall interests of the people of Biafra protected. I also acknowledge all of you. Remain Biafra and remain good. As I sign off from here, I say good night and God bless all of us. Ndewonu. Ndewonu.
I think it's time to lay it all out. Can I hear my snare drum?
Yeah, keep it rolling, sis. I'm on it.
That's okay, thank you. Check command. Mess on my own this. Walking down the miles in the long journey. Yeah, people said we are nobody, but we know certainly we are somebody. Yeah, time is so hard. These days are like nights, yet we struggle hard to see we get to the light. Like brothers and sisters, we join our hands to work hard. Yeah, and we are making sure that we get to the promised land, a land of milk and honey that is costlier and worth more than gold and money. We are making sure that we get out of this jungle and the little quirky cabia, my sisters true. No matter how deep the ocean, we will swim through. I tell you words cannot explain all we have gone through. In the hands of the enemies, zoo and the government. Biafran blood, pass through with luck. But we have Chukwuki Kabiyama, nothing goes wrong. Blacks rules everything around me, and it's pounding my DNA. Cash rules everything around me, and it's pounding my DNA. Yeah, freedom is everything about me, and it's pounding my DNA. Biafra is everything about me, and it's found in my DNA. We bear from blood, we never give up in this struggle. We are aiming high up. We are smart and fast, and them is can't catch up. Yes, we know what we want, so we'll keep our pace up. Listen, we can't demand for what is not ours. Biafra is a land, and for sure is ours. That's why I'm proud to say I'm a Biafran blood. I'm a Biafran. Biafra is blessed, Biafra is great, cause Chukwuki Kabiyama has approved it himself. You see, Nigeria glooms while Biafra blooms. Biafra is an ideology, and there is no way that you can kill an ideology. We set up Biafrans of Biafra flowing in the blood through our veins, and all the efforts of our enemies to stop us has all been in vain, cause we are the chosen ones. Yeah, blacks rules everything around me, and it's pounding my DNA. Cash rules everything around me,